Everybody, thank you so much for tuning back in. Somebody bumped our camera here. There we go. Okay. Dude, where are we at, Dave? Can you introduce us? While I'm messing with the camera?
Sure. Welcome to you. You were supposed to.
Oh, David Joe Liberty Stand. And we're going to talk about these gun bans and some no-fly zone.
Hey, you know what? The best thing I ever heard lately was, let's get everybody that's, I don't know if you've heard about this, but for years now, there's been since 9/11, there's been a no-fly list.
Of people who cannot get on a plane.
Suspected terrorists.
Who cannot get on a plane.
Who cannot get on a plane or they're under huge scrutiny.
Is that about 2,000 people or is it more than that?
I have no idea what the amount of people is.
Because I saw some numbers, so.
I don't know, Joe, what the amount of people are. It doesn't matter. It matters not. It's probably more than that. Actually, I believe it's more than that.
Because there was like 100,000.
The point of it is, this is such a great idea because, hey, if you're a suspected terrorist, why should you be able to buy a firearm?
So you like that idea?
No, it's retarded. It's stupid. No. This is the government because some bureaucrat that nobody knows about, some unelected person, can suspend due process. You cannot be denied any of your constitutional rights unless you've had due process.
I see. Okay.
Anybody can put you on a list for anything.
Okay.
The late Senator Ted Kennedy found himself on the no-fly list before he passed away. It took him...
Is that why he passed away?
I'm
he was
sure
shocked.
the stress from that didn't help. But a senator, and not just a senator, a Kennedy, was on the no-fly list, and it took him, a Kennedy and a senator, it took him 6 months to get off that list. You don't know where to go. Now, he did because he was a senator. He knew where to go. No, a normal citizen doesn't know where to go to talk about anybody, how to get off the list.
Okay. So you're saying the list is kind of like...
And you have to prove...
Random.
It's not the other way around. They don't have to prove anything against you. You got to prove you're not... First of all, you can't anyway because you don't even know where to go.
So the no-fly list is bogus, it sounds like.
It is bogus,
saying.
and anybody can put you on it for any reason. Okay. Now, you know the way that this administration, what they call terrorists, they won't even call, well, terrorists aren't Islamic extremists or anything like that. No. They use the IRS to target Tea Party people. Trying to get...
And religious organizations.
And religious organizations. So guess who could be called? It's up to the government's discretion as to who's a terrorist and who's not.
I see kind of where you're going with this. Yeah.
Anybody can be put on that list.
I thought the list was
reason.
Legitimate, though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It is not.
Nothing from the government is legitimate anymore.
This is the most corrupt government we've ever had in this country ever, and that's saying some stuff because we've had some bad times.
Because they call Bible-believing Christians are terrorists or they're radicalist or, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't agree with their agendas of whatever you want to call it.
Now, Joe, the government's been fair enough to say when you go in that specific building for your specific religion, you can do whatever you want. It's only when you walk out the door.
You can say whatever you want. For now.
You have to conform to what the government thinks is right or wrong.
Because you're walking out into the public.
Otherwise,
the marketplace of ideas.
You might be
Gina Parshall.
A terrorist.
Yeah, if you follow the Bible. Well, because that's...
Hell no, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
There should be no law.
I wasn't sure how you would...
Because
I didn't know how that list was made.
And get this, these psycho freaks in Washington, these twisted people
young man.
are using this horrible incident.
Come on, is that a way to talk about your elected officials?
This horrible incident in Orlando to try to twist this around from Islamic jihad into gun right issues.
Right.
They are opportunists.
Okay, so number one is we need to be educated on what a list is, no-fly list, how that's made. Because to
nobody knows how that's made. That's the problem.
To me, I thought there was a legitimacy behind that. No. Number two, so with regards to this, what should we do for common sense gun laws? What should we do, Dave? What's the answer? What's the solution? So no laws? What about they were talking about the high magazine guns?
I'm sorry, sir. I've asked you this tiny paragraph
Okay.
here. Read that for
Okay.
me, please.
A well-regulated and believe me, I gotta say, our audience believes that the that's the Ten Commandments. Never mind. Is a choice anyway. Multiple.
Well,
okay,
that is a choice. I pointed over here because I have 10 Commandments on my wall over here. 10 Commandments are every American's individual right to believe or not believe. This is the law of the
Right,
land
of
of
the
the
land.
United States of America.
Okay.
It's a right of every American. Read it. That there, right?
Okay, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed. And you know what a well-regulated militia was when they wrote this?
We talked about that before.
We did, but I think we need to talk about it some more.
Yeah.
That was every citizen had the right, their neighborhoods. Everybody had arms. You know, you've heard, to arms. Somebody comes out.
Okay, so they come together.
It's the citizenry
in arms.
together, fighting
Okay.
together. That is what that. Everybody wants to argue. Well, that means like the National Guard or something. No, it does not. That
means
is a
individuals.
regular individual
Okay,
citizen coming
so
together with
what
other
are
citizens.
common sense gun laws? Is there no such thing? Should we regulate
Well,
high magazine
I think
weapons?
Okay, I don't even know because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not
Should a terrorist have?
No, of
No.
course not. But a terrorist shouldn't be.
But
in
what
this
they're saying
country
with
or-
this guy that did the shooting, he went into the store,
Yeah.
bought these weapons
Okay.
within a
Right.
short amount of time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
So, but he was on a watch list or something, wasn't he? He had been.
I don't
he
think
had-
so.
Well, he had been interviewed.
Oh yes,
or
you're right.
Not
yes.
interviewed, but he had been.
He was
scrutinized by the FBI.
He was, but they said no. We didn't
He
have
wasn't,
enough. We
right.
didn't have enough on him. Da 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 da. So,
So
we
what?
can't do
So
anything.
the government's now saying, well, we could
So
stop
he
this.
did legally do that. Although now, see, you got to remember he was on a second marriage. His first wife divorced him in months because he was a serial abuser of her,
Mm-hmm.
and but she didn't press formal. See, if she had pressed formal charges against him,
Right.
so, he
Well-
wouldn't have been able to do it. But she couldn't because if you are married to
Muslim.
a Sharia, in that community,
Right.
and you get your husband in trouble, you are marked. You are marked.
Oh,
You
okay.
endanger yourself.
I see. Right.
So she really didn't have. She could not. But she.
Well,
could,
okay, but I'll say this: no gun law is going to prevent a criminal or someone who wants to do an act
No.
like that.
gun law.
They're going to go get it illegally.
Any law only.
You know what I'm saying? You know
only
what I'm saying?
prohibits
I mean,
the law abiding.
right.
A criminal in definition
Well,
is somebody that doesn't
In
abide by
this
the law.
particular case, I mean, there's been more other cases too, but I don't know. I guess the common sense gun laws. Is there such a thing? Is there? What can we do to fight against this?
If you are or frequently institutionalized, perhaps we should. I don't know. I mean, I don't know
Well,
what the
I'm
laws
gonna
are.
tell you
but, I mean,
this. Because mental illness is another thing that's becoming an issue with. It already is an issue with gun rights.
right, but you know what they're
And
trying to
so-
do with the vets coming back from war and stuff?
Say they have a mental issue,
They automatically want to get them on.
They will not
drug,
have-
say, okay, you have what is that?
bipolar,
No, there's
PTSD,
PST. Yeah,
PST, EPST,
whatever it is. Yes.
PTSD. Yeah.
I'm not,
Post-traumatic
I'm not trying to make
stress
fun of this. I just
no,
have
no, no,
a
no.
hard time
No,
with acronyms. But
He's got some mental issues.
I have
too.
some mental issues too. Yeah. But
So yeah, they want to take the.
so
But
they
so-
so
go
they
ahead,
want to
sorry.
take the guns away from
Yeah.
people that were trained to use them and go use
Well,
them to
but the
defend.
thing is, they want to take guns from everybody.
they're our freedoms that they defended.
Everyone
Uh,
has is mental. I'm just saying it. Everybody's mental.
to some degree. In some
part
way.
of it is it's called sin. We all have a sin nature.
I
We're gonna
beg
wrap
of
up.
you, somebody send us some mail.
I would
What-
love to see
What is a to give me the definition of a normal person? I would love to read that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I'll give
Send
you the
us
definition of a perfect person. I'll give you his name.
Well, we
Jesus
already
Christ.
know that. But,
So there you go. All right, we're signing
we're
out.
out of here.
Thanks
Bye.
for tuning in. God bless y'all.